Amelia Earhart is an iconic American figure in women and aviation history. She made headlines in 1932 when she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She was awarded the American Distinguished Flying Cross and the Cross of the French Legion of Honor. In 1929, she helped found the 99s, an organization for female aviators. And despite her tragic death while attempting to fly across the Pacific Ocean, her achievements helped inspire other women to achieve their dreams.
Good morning, DP.
Today we're talking about the Jazz Festival, Beautify DP,
Yearbook, and club photos.
So let's get started.
I'm Becca.
I'm Connor.
This is DP News.
And it
starts now. The Charger account recently added the community section to their online newspaper. This means that even if you're not in the journalism class, you can still submit articles. Scan the QR code on the screen now or go to the community section on the Charger account to submit your work. DP Engineering seniors are currently working on their senior project. DP News reporter Lucas Ginder caught up with a student and a teacher.
Today, we're exploring what happens in the DPEA, the senior projects, and the South by Southwest trip.
My project is called the anti-gravity cone. And so what it is it's just a table and there's a big cone that comes up to a point and it spins around on the table and you can adjust the speed of how fast it's spinning. And then when you roll a ball onto it, the ball will actually roll up the cone, giving it the name the anti-gravity cone.
South by Southwest started as a music festival, but they've actually expanded to include an education component, and they're looking at ways that education is innovative, and so we were invited to come and speak at South by Southwest. We will have a 10 by 30 foot booth. We're also preparing students to come, and the students will actually be doing most of the presentation. We want to hear from the students and the work that they're doing.
With DP News, I'm Lucas Ginder reporting.
Thanks, Lucas, and good luck on your project, seniors. Reminder, Sources of Strength have their photo booth today at lunch, so make sure to head to the Greek to support their We Belong campaign. Now here's Aston with sports.
DP Boys Golf yesterday opened their season against Oaks Christian with a tough, windy away match on an unfamiliar course. Unfortunately, DP did not come out with a win with a score of 405 to 383. DP's Denver Douglas had an impressive game, earning medalist honors at his first match. They'll play again on Monday at the Glendora Invitational. Both boys and girls volleyball dominated the courts yesterday, with DP girls volleyball taking the win against Buena with a score of 4-1, and boys volleyball sweeping Ventura 3-0. On the sand courts, Chloe and Lucy continued their success, winning their game 2-0. Malia and Jaden played an almost flawless volleyball game, also winning 2-0. Addison and Sonia dominated their game, winning 2-0 with set scores of 21-3 and 21-5. Girls beach volleyball continues their undefeated streak, with this game bringing their overall record to 4-0 and their league record to 2-0. Over in the Sovine Gym, boys volleyball won their game against Ventura. Here's DP reporter Chris Pagliaro with more on that game.
Last night, our boys volleyball team played in their league opener, beating Ventura in dominant fashion with another 3-0 sweep. The boys held Ventura to no more than 14 points in each of the three sets. The Chargers were assisted by middle blockers Kavin Ramko and Noah Grant, along with setter Wyatt Silver, who made their varsity Channel League debuts. Libero Zevin Lovejoy Hall also racked up 4 aces as well as had excellent passing. Coach Hug said, "Our team sees these guys grinding in practice, and it was sick to see them shine tonight." The Chargers continue a hot start to the season and hope to keep it up as they head to the Best of the West tournament this weekend. Great job, boys, and good luck. I'm Chris Pagliaro reporting for DP News.
With their overall record already 4-0, it's shaping up to be a great season for boys volleyball. Down south, boys lacrosse had a perfect game against Royal High School, not to be confused with the San Marcos Royals. Our boys took the win with a score of 8-0. Gus Miller led the offensive with 4 points, and senior goalie Selim Bawane led defense with 11 saves. This game brings their overall record to 2-1. Great job, boys.
Thanks, Aston. Reminder to all students that there is no school on Monday as it is a teacher workday. You can take this opportunity to catch up on work or just relax. As you may have noticed, DP has a bit of a seagull problem. Here's Mr. Perry talking about how we can help fix it.
So I've actually been a person that's been really involved in trying to take care of the seagull issue. soon as the period 2 bell rings for us to be dismissed to lunch, right? They come flying this way and they're just waiting for food scraps, right? They're hungry like all of us at lunchtime, and they know this is the place to find it. That period 2 bell is a dinner bell for them. I'm sure you hear me every day. I yell about picking up trash, right? If there's trash left out on the tables or, you know, in the Greek or anything like that, as soon as that bell rings and people start to kind of disperse, the seagulls get brave and drop down and eat anything that's left over on the ground. So if you have trash or anything that's you're leaving on tables or on the, you know, the places where you're sitting out here for lunchtime, that's just, they're just waiting for that.
So make sure to pick up your trash, DP. This Saturday is the DP Jazz Festival. During the day, different schools' jazz bands will perform, and DP's jazz band will be performing at 7. DP will be playing with trombonist Alex Isles, who has played in recent Star Wars and Marvel movies. Now here's Aiden in studio with jazz band member Aiden Thomas.
Thanks, Becca. That's right, I'm here with Aiden Thomas. First off, Aiden, I gotta say, I love your name. Now, have you been a part of any jazz festivals in the past?
Yes, I have been. For my freshman year, we did a jazz festival before COVID hit, and it's just real fun.
And what are you looking forward to most about this year's jazz festival?
This year's jazz festival, I'm really looking forward to being able to watch all the different bands, be it middle school or like junior highs and high school bands go and perform, as well as going and just being able to play with Alex Isles, because as a trombone player myself, it's just like great to be able to play with someone who is a lot better than me in order to get better.
Yeah. Good luck to you and the rest of the jazz team tomorrow.
Thanks, Aiden, and make sure to buy your tickets, Chargers. Lunch today will be cheese pizza, so get your nutritious lunch for free with your student ID. Recently, I caught up with local artist Elizabeth Gallery to talk about her lifelong journey with mosaics. Today, I'm here at the Santa Barbara Wharf with this beautiful mosaic piece representing the city. Santa Barbara is known for its cultural diversity, especially in the arts. Today, we caught up with a local mosaic artist to talk about some of her work.
All these shapes from tiles. So that's one kind of material that I use. I like to get inspired by ancient mosaics. The earliest ones actually come from Iraq.
Local Elizabeth Gallery has studied the history, techniques, and intricacies of mosaic making for years.
As I said, I did go to Italy. My first class that I took was in San Francisco from Laurel True. And Laurel True is a mentor to many artists in the United States, and she does projects in Ghana and in Haiti.
Collaborating and learning from other artists, Gallery developed an array of mosaic making methods.
This is a copy of an ancient Roman mosaic, and it's made with Italian smalti. And smalti is glass like this, thick pieces of glass that are irregular. And the way that I work is I have a design that I put on a piece of board, and then I put clear plastic contact paper so that I can stick the tiles on, and then I can move them around, take them off, and change them before I set them in thin set. This is called a hardy, and in order to use it, I put this like this. So this is the ancient traditional way of cutting the smalti.
Using these new and old techniques, Gallery is able to express her opinions and make change.
I liked my takeoff on two Velázquez paintings, which showed the Velázquez princesses, and I put the Obama girls in there instead of the Princess Margarita. And this is in the tradition of pop art takeoffs on Velázquez used by Picasso, for one.
And despite trying all mediums, she knew mosaics were her calling.
I've done a lot of different kinds of art. I've done printmaking, I've done painting, and I discovered mosaics through an old friend, and just like the physicality of it. I like working with my hands and putting things together. Ever since I found mosaics, I kind of left all the other kinds of art behind and just do mosaics.
As you can see, her work represents just one of the many diverse forms of art in Santa Barbara. I'm Connor Dolan reporting for DP News.
Thank you, Elizabeth Gallery, for sharing your art with us. In the past week, Yearbook has sold over 100 books. There are 150 books yet to be ordered. Make sure to order yours now at dpyearbook.org.
The Latin Dance, hosted by Avid, will be happening next Friday at 7 p.m. There will be a DJ, live band, and local street vendors to liven up the night. Tickets are now on sale in the athletics office until the day of. Tickets are $5 with a gold card, $7 without, and $10 at the door or for guests.
While several sports will play away today, the only sport playing at home is softball. They'll face off against Buena at 3:30 p.m. Make sure to come out and support.
If you are still looking for community service hours or want to help keep DP beautiful, the next Beautify DP is this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Make sure to wear clothes that are good for gardening and bring a refillable water bottle.
If you're a club leader, scan the QR code and fill out the form to get a picture featuring your club in the yearbook. Clubs meeting today are the Catholic Club, Chess Club, Pickleball Club,
the Coding Club, Tea Club, K-Pop Club,
and Riptide Robotics meets tomorrow off campus.
Well, that's all for today, DPU.
But before we go, I got the opportunity to interview filmmakers from around the world, including Brendan Gleeson, who played Mad-Eye Moody in Harry Potter.
Make sure to follow our Instagram at DPNews805.
And
thanks for watching.
So the film is called 21 Miles in Malibu. Nick Davis is the director. Ellen Shane is my wife, and also in the film, I'm the producer, Michelle Shane. And we tell the story of Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu and the dangers that it creates.
What was the biggest issue in production that you guys came across?
The biggest issue, it took 10 years to deliver a 1-hour film. A lot of directors, a lot of misdirection, a lot of empty promises, but you know what? You have to stay with what you believe in to make it happen, and that's the key.
I'm just thankful to have worked with these two for the whole time, and have met Alan so many years ago, and I've worked with Michelle shortly after that. So yeah, thank you both. Thank you for bringing me on. Letting me tell your story.
Thank you. Well, our film's a surfing documentary about anti-Semitism, actually, in surf history. And it was a very investigative story. We went through the decades and learned about different threads of hate that have plagued the sport that we love. But from there, we wanted to tell a very positive story, and together as a team, we were able to do that.
It's about a goblin that sweats borscht. So just the typical movie. And, yeah, written by this gentleman here, and directed by Laura, and produced by Ariel. So it was just like quite strange. I was wearing a costume, so I didn't even know how it would feel until I actually had it on. So I didn't know how it would look or anything, you know. But I thought it was pretty fun, actually. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, really good experience. But they made it very easy to have a good time.
Yeah, so my parents are goblins, so it came naturally to me. No, but it's just I wanted to write a movie about sweating, and I wanted the sweat to be something that's a creation that brings people happiness, and borscht just fit the bill.
So the film is called Retreat. It's a Swiss film. We're both based in Zurich, and it's my feature film debut. And it's a story about a father and son. It's about a father who is afraid for the future of his 10-year-old boy, and he then decides to kidnap him and quit society with him for good to protect him. And yeah, and then he finds out that like living in nature is not as easy as it seems, and yeah, that his son basically doesn't want to. So it's a film about this motif of like living an autark life and also a bit of escapism and isolation. Yeah.
I have to redirect him, but I think it's
Nature.
the weather, nature.
Yeah.
It's the third protagonist, as he calls it, and so yeah, you can tell us more about it. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the film is shot in the Swiss mountains, and we shot it in autumn and winter. And as he said, like the film is very much they're living in this recluse kind of hut. So we shot it there, and yeah, nature doesn't play according to the script. So after a while we kind of experience the same like our characters and have to kind of deal with those conditions. But it's also a gift, you know. You can sometimes there's like amazing weather which you didn't expect, or like a lot of stuff which just nature can also be like a huge gift for shooting a film as well. So it was a challenge and also like a beautiful experience.
And I'm wondering, what was the biggest effect this had on your life working on this production?
It's the confirmation that it can be this way, and this good, and this creative, and this collaborative. Confirmation that it is possible. That's been it. It's always nice to reach a lighthouse where you say, yeah, I knew this is the way it should be. So it's been a great experience.